Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, Mega Crashers here, and I gotta say, woo! Happy 20th anniversary of Pokemon! Yeah! Pokemon 20, baby! Oh my god. Today is the day that 20 years ago Pokemon has been born! Oh my god. This is a monumental day upon monumental days upon monumental days! I mean, guys! Like, 20 years! Pokemon existed 20 years ago! Like, holy shit! I can't believe it. I mean, oh my god. Like, has 20 years really just went by like that? I mean, it honestly doesn't even feel like it. I mean, I feel like that I was first introduced to Pokemon like 5 years ago, you know, back when I was like 6 or 7, you know? Like, holy shit. I remember the very first time I was introduced to Pokemon, man. Myself and my family were on our way to Bristol, New Brunswick to visit my grandparents, and we stopped by Moncton to pick up my brother. And my brother happens to have some Pokemon toys that he gives me. I'm like, what the hell? Well, of course, I didn't say what the hell back then. I was a bit of a sissy for swearing, you know? I was always ask my parents, is it okay if I swear? Is it okay if I swear? Well, I didn't do it like, you know, like that anyways. But anyways, holy shit, man. He gave me the Charmander evolutionary line, that being Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. He gave me Blastoise, Raichu, and a mini Blastoise figure. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, that is so awesome. I remember I used to collect so many Pokemon toys and so many Pokemon cards, and it was so crazy. And I swear, I had probably, well, I definitely had over hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of them. Maybe even thousands of dollars. I mean, you take a look at the value of the Pokemon cards today. Damn, man. That's a lot of money. And the first time I ever played the Pokemon games, it was actually when Pokemon Red and Blue first came out. So I was about 8 or 9 years old. And wow. Playing it on the Game Boy and not knowing how to play the game. It was so funny. I remember the first time I played it, one of my stepsisters, I can't remember which one it was, but she had a Wartortle, and, you know, I was playing the game, and I was like, what do I do here? And, you know, I noticed, I had enough wherewithal to notice that Wartortle was at an exceptionally high level in comparison to my opponents. I'm just like, okay, well, Wartortle's epic. Wartortle's epic. I mean, that back sprite pose of it putting its dukes up and looking like it's ready to rip your face off. I'm just like, okay. I think I'll be in good hands here. And then I caught on pretty quickly. Okay. How many of you guys remember this? Do you guys remember back when the Game Boys and Game Boy Colors didn't have the adequate lighting system it has? Like the ones that you see right now, like the Nintendo 3DSs, they have the more than adequate lighting systems where you could play in even the darkest of places and it'll be nice and lit up for you. But do you guys remember when the Game Boys didn't have that? You remember when the struggle was real? I mean, we either had to mount a flashlight on our shoulders to play the game, like if we were in our room when we were supposed to be sleeping for school, but hint, I mean, I spent a lot of my school nights up all night playing Pokemon. And surprisingly enough, I wasn't tired the next day in school. But anyways, do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember when you'd be driving late night home and you would be leaning out towards the windows of your parents' vehicles, right? And you would be hoping that every single streetlight that you passed would be just enough for you to see what you're doing, because without any light, you couldn't see shit. You couldn't see what you were doing, right? And then I didn't play the second generation until after the third generation, believe it or not. Like, I knew about the third generation. I was really excited, but I skipped it because I didn't have a Game Boy Color. And when we played the, I got fucking Pokemon Sapphire for my 3rd generation experience, and wow, I remember it was so awesome. Mudkip was my starter, and I was so excited to play that game. And I remember when I came across Kyogre. Oh my god, the thing kept on whooping my ass because rain boosted Hydro Pumps and all that stuff kept on taking out my Magneton, kept on taking out Swampert, and all those Pokemon. What the fuck do I do? I didn't know where to get the Master Ball at the time, but anyways, like, what the hell? I was spending, I can't remember how many nights. It was at least 3, where I was staying up all night trying to catch Kyogre, and when I finally caught it, it was like, what, 4 in the morning or something like that. I'm like, I didn't want to yell, okay? I didn't want to yell, but oh my god, I was so excited. And then around 2005, like this is when I was in grade 8, around 2005, I played the Pokemon Gold and Silver edition, and I was just like, wow, man, like, this is actually really cool. I remember I was really fascinated with the unknowns, and I mean, I was thinking, okay, are these like legendaries or something like that? Like, if they're like all compiled together, like, what's going on here? So, I was trying so hard to catch all the unknowns, and like, spell out certain things that hopefully would, like, something would happen. Like, I remember I spelled out Celebi, hoping that if I went to the shrine, I could catch Celebi. Well, that didn't happen. I can't remember where I got that from, though, like, I can't remember where I heard from, oh, well, if you spell Celebi with unknown, then Celebi will appear. I'm like, oh, I was pretty gullible back then, right? I believed everything. Then 4th generation came along. I played Platinum. I didn't play Diamond or Pearl, but Platinum was around. Let's see, when was I playing it? It was around grade 11, I think it was. So around 2009. Like it was when I was in late grade 11. Like, so anyways, I was playing that game. And I was so fired up. My starter was Infernape. I mean, Infernape, that Kung Fu fucking monkey. Oh my god, that was badass. And I remember I had that, I had Staraptor, and then when I caught Giratina, I was set. Those 3 Pokemon just ate up the Elite Four. I'm just like, yeah, buddy! Woo! Oh my god, it was so good. And then when Pokemon, the 5th generation came out, I'm just like, what the fuck? Here we go again! Like, I was a little bit detached from the Pokemon media for a while, but when I heard that it came out, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? A 5th generation! And, I remember I was on Maryland's website, Maryland.com, and he had, revealed all the designs and all the stats and stuff like that, and the typings. I'm just like, what the hell? And I seen all these typings and all these Pokemon, I'm like, these are actually pretty fucking cool. Now, when I seen Garbage and when I seen Ice Cream Cones and Stunfisk, I'm just like, the fuck is this? What? But, I don't know, man, like, I'm not really one that really discriminates Pokemon, like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, I think all Pokemon, whether they be a good design or bad design, I mean, like, they all have a certain role in the game, don't you think? I mean, I know that, objectively speaking, there are some designs that are just really bad, but I love all Pokemon, you know? Like I said, I don't discriminate on design or anything like that. I mean, some of those Pokemon are really fun to use, like Vanillux. It's actually really fun to use. I mean, the fucking Ice Cream Cone. I just wish its move pool was a little bit deeper, but fucking Stab, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, Hidden Power, Ground, and Flash Cannon was all you needed, and boom! Done. But, let me see, like, I was playing the black and white version. I believe it was actually the black version, technically, that I played first. And, I started out with Samurott, because fucking Water-type Samurai, I'm like, what the hell? That was amazing. So, started out with that, and then, fuck, what other Pokemon did I have? I know I had Unfezant. you know what? I actually can't even remember what other Pokemon I had in my party, but it was awesome. I was sweeping through the gym leaders, and then when the final battle came, when I caught Reshiram, I was flipping my shit. I'm like, oh my god! Because I mean, that was the whole reason I bought Pokemon Black was because of Reshiram. The fucking design was amazing, and when I caught it and battled N with his legendary being Zekrom, I'm like, my god, Pokemon's making fucking history, because I believe that this is the first time in Pokemon history that the antagonist actually has access to a legendary Pokemon and uses it in battle. Like, actually befriends it and uses it. I'm like, what the fuck? But after I beat him, I thought, okay, this is it, right? And then out of nowhere, Ghetsis comes. And everything just fucking twisted and turned. I'm like, oh my god. And I was actually scared, because I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And when I seen the Pokemon that he has, and when I seen the background music, I was put in panic. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, shit just got real. I'm in for the fight of my life, and I'm gonna get my ass whooped. And when I seen his lineup, and his lineup back in 5th generation was actually really good. I mean, it still is, but, you know, thanks to the Steel-type nerfs, you know, kind of lost some sparkle there. But when I seen Hydreigon come out at the point where, of the theme song, where the drums just was going crazy, and you heard the chanting in the background, I'm like, oh my god. And when I seen just how menacing Hydreigon was, I'm just like, good god. I'm fucked. I am royally fucked. But we managed to pull through. That was the game. And then came catching Kyurem, and Kyurem was actually my favorite legendary at the time in 5th generation. Because of the fact that it had so much mystery to it, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this thing looks like a half-frozen T-Rex, hunched over. So, when I captured it and, you know, studied it a little bit, I'm just thinking, okay, this thing is supposedly the head of the Fox Legendary Trio, I'll call it. So, excuse me, that being Reshiram, Zekrom, and now Kyurem. And yet it had a lower base stat total. I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, you know, is there something I'm missing here? And obviously, there was a lot I was missing, because I didn't know a lot about that Pokemon. And then when Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 came out, I'm like, what the fuck? So you mean to tell me this entire time that Kyurem Black or Kyurem White, whichever you liked more, was the result of Reshiram or Zekrom fusing with Kyurem? I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. So you mean to tell me this whole time that Kyurem was just a shell, was just a husk of what it used to be? Like, what the fuck? And I mean, I was just like, I lost my shit. And when I seen the fusions come together, I'm like, oh my god, like this was an epic moment in history. And then facing the fused Kyurem, I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Because it was level 55, and it was an overpowered legendary that, you know, was in Ghetsis' hands. I'm like, oh man, I'm fucked. But we pulled through, and I decided to use Emboar, because Emboar, I mean, yeah, was, it had a really repetitive typing for a starter, that being firefighting. But you can't deny the fucking awesome design of the Fire Pig! I mean, it looks like Beast Ganon from fucking The Legend of Zelda. I'm just like, you can't get any more kick-ass than that. Like, Flare Blitz, Superpower, Wild Charge, Head Smash, Earthquake, Double Edge, all that stuff. Like, my god, it's actually a really good Pokemon. I mean, I'm not shitting you when I say that. But when I faced off against Ghetsis again, and the music was just revamped and remodified, I'm like, oh my god, this is like Black all over again. Like, am I gonna get my ass whooped? Am I gonna get absolutely bodied and bloodied by this maniac? Like, this guy's a maniac. He wanted to fucking, like, freeze Unova entirely. I'm like, my god, he reminds me of Cyrus when he wanted to create a new world and he went to the Distortion world to try and get Giratina, but we got him instead. So, anyways, fucking gets us, like, with his same line. Well, actually, he's got a couple of new Pokemon, that being Drapion and Toxicroak, which were both very menacing. We managed to win, and then the Elite Four. And when I seen that the champion was not Alder with his kick-ass music, and that was actually my favorite theme to listen to back then, was Champion Alder's music. But when I seen that Iris was the champion, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. A fucking kid is a champion! How good is she? And then when I seen that she led with Hydreigon, I'm like, no! This thing is fucking overpowered! I'm gonna get whooped! But we managed to pull through. We managed to pull through. I mean, with Emboar, with Lucario, and Electabuzz, and what else did we have? Like, we had a few other Pokemon. I can't remember exactly all of them, but man, oh man. What a fucking adventure. It wasn't over from there. Depending on what version you got, you could have the Battle Tower, or the Tree Hollow, to be able to get to the very end of it, and you face incredibly tough trainers to get there. And who happens to be waiting for you at the end? Oh, none other than Champion Alder's grandson, Benga! Holy fuck, man. I gotta say, that kid kind of reminds me of me when I drink my sugar-spiked coffees at work. Like, I'm just flying around all over the place and, like, getting everybody going and getting things done and all that stuff. Oh my god. And then came 6th generation. Oh my fucking god. I remember this is the 2-day sequence. The day before the release, I ended up getting a 3DS that was themed. I had the Xerneas one, because blue's my fucking favorite color, man. So I got that, and then the day after, when Pokemon X and Y was released worldwide, I got both versions. And I also had so much stuff as well that came with it, like a poster, timeline and all that stuff. And I didn't want to unbox my 3DS unless I had all the games with me. So I unboxed fucking everything. And I actually made a video about that like a while back on one of my ancient-ass channels. But there was that, and then I played the Y version, and, you know, I was doing some thinking. I'm like, okay, well, who's going to be the champion here? Who's going to be the champion? I didn't know who was going to be the champion. I mean, I had a friend at work, not at work, sorry, at the gym. His name is Kirk, and I happen to be good friends with him and his girlfriend, whose name is Cynthia, who actually has the same name as the 4th generation champion, Cynthia. And then, you know, when I decided, okay, I'm gonna piece something together here, because I would refer to Cynthia as Champion Cynthia, because I mean, hey, like, you gotta love the title of champion too, right? But anyways, I'm like, Kirk, I'm gonna do something for you. You see, Pokemon doesn't have a champion named Kirk, so I'm gonna dedicate this game to you, my friend. So I actually got him to pick out the starter that he wanted me to play with, and it was Fennekin, because he loves fire types. And when I got to name my character, I named it Kirk. So, taking my first time ever experience of Pokemon X and Y, technically Y, and dedicating that to my friend, it just made everything that much more special. I named my character Kirk, and I picked out his favorite type for a starter, that being a fire type. And my god, there's so much crazy shit that I could go over for Pokemon Y, my experiences, but I'll sum it up. Basically, spent literally thousands of hours breeding for perfect 5 and 6 IV battle-ready Pokemon. That right there, going down the same Route 7 every single time, I mean, that is always going to have a special place in my heart. And then came, what else? Oh, man, Lysandre? Woo-hoo! His battle music? What the fuck? And I mean, like, the background, the graphics of the Pokemon. Okay, first off, the graphics of the Pokemon, fucking A1. 3D fucking graphics for the win. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then the battle with Lysandra with what looked like it was like we were battling on top of a sun. And when I had my Yveltal, which was the legendary for Y, which by the way, before I finished the experience with Lysandra, the whole legendary experience with Yveltal, like the whole cutscene, the build-up, and then the fucking background music and the background. Like, you were inside a black hole with Yveltal, and its cry, it pretty much solidified everything together. And I had Mega Blastoise to combat it, and Mega Blastoise, oh my god, it's really fucking good. I mean, when I played with Megas for the first time, I felt like I was playing with fucking Ubers, man. Like, it was crazy, right? And then, so came my battle with Lysandra, and when I seen that it had a Mega Gyarados, and the thing of it is, Gyarados didn't just come out at any ordinary time, no, like, when the part of the music was building up, it was like, no, 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 like, and when I seen Gyarados Mega Evolve, I didn't know it had a Mega Evolution. When it Mega Evolved, and just the music hit point on, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, that like, I had to stop and take a breather for a moment. I'm like, man, this is too fucking much. Too much epicness right here. Way too much. And then Zygarde. My favorite 6th generation Pokemon. When I went to Terminus Cave after I beat the game, and I caught Zygarde, oh my god. Like, Zygarde, woo! You guys already know. For as long as you guys have known me, you know that that's my favorite 6th generation Pokemon. And when I seen the music, when I seen its build up, and it's a little cutscene where rather than having everything kind of black, it was like everything was like being scaled in. It was like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's so cool. And oh my god, it was so awesome. And my experiences with the champion, Diantha. It was actually somewhat of an easy battle because I had Aegislash to pretty much Swords Dance on Hawlucha and just Shadow Sneak everything. Like, literally, that's all it took was Shadow Sneaking everything. That was it, right? And when I found that she had a Mega Gardevoir... Now, the thing is that Mega Gardevoir evolved, or Mega Evolved, right at the, like, the solid point of the battle theme. Like, pretty much the same thing as Lysandra in his case with Mega Gyarados. Like, when it got to a good point of the music, and she Mega Evolved, I'm like, oh my god, like, this is amazing. But of course, Mega Gardevoir didn't exactly get to shine for very long, because Aegislash is like, oh, let me go and play it for him, bitch! Oh, Shadow Sneak in the face! That was it. So, I ended up winning with a fucking Aegislash sweep. Yeah, like, that's... Wow. Who knew? Who knew that, it's like 20 years of Pokemon. That's amazing. 20 fucking years of Pokemon. And now we got 7th generation on the horizon coming in the very late 2016. They said holiday 2016, so we're gonna assume like maybe Christmas or something like that's gonna come out. But my god, oh my god. Pokemon has definitely created some memories of a lifetime I will never forget. And I mean, I got Mew right here. That's another great memory in itself. You guys remember when I got this and I unboxed it, or technically speaking, unpackaged it in the video? It had a bit of wonky audio, but it's like I couldn't just redo the unpackaging. Like, fuck it, let's go with it. I was so excited. I mean, the 25-year-old kid's screaming over a fucking plushie of a Pokemon. Yeah, don't judge me. But, my god. You know, Pokemon, you know, honestly so is a big part of my life. Especially when it comes to gaming. And, you know, I'm hoping to make it a career one day. Like, with making videos for you guys around Pokemon. But, you know, I'm never ever going to lose sight of the real reason why I'm on here. I'm on here because of all of you. I'm on here because, you know, meeting amazing people like all of you is just something that money could never ever buy. I mean, you guys are fucking awesome. Like, this whole Pokemon experience became that much better once I had all of you guys as my friends. So I mean, let's hope to let's keep our channel and our community growing, just like our experience with the Pokemon growing, and like go from there. Like, Pokemon for the fucking win. And you know, it's awesome. That's pretty much all I gotta say. I mean, like, for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, like, I can't really say that my experiences were any different than they were in Pokemon X and Y. I mean, I was surprised by new Megas. I was, I will say that my battle with Archie in Alpha Sapphire, fucking amazing. You're battling literally inside a whirlpool, and when Mega Sharpedo is there, it just has that menacing look. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna get fucking good. And then the whole experience with getting my my event Metagross to finally Mega Evolve. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, myself and one of my old co-workers, Rob, we both had you know, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and when I Mega Evolved my my Metagross, I flipped out. Like, I was texting him all over the place. Like, man, it's Mega Evolved! It's finally here! What the fuck? Like, I was so excited. Of course, you know, he thought I was nuts, but I mean, you know, that's the kind of impression that he got of me since day one anyways. I mean, I'm sort of like that nutty little brother with him. And, yeah, did I miss anything? Because, I mean, we had the Gen 1 remakes being the, what was it? Oh yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green. I got Leaf Green, and I thought the huge modifications were amazing. I mean, having a completely amazing and somewhat lengthy side quest, that being on the Sebi Islands and having to stop Team Rocket from resurrecting, that was amazing. And having to rebattle the champion in epic as hell music was amazing. I mean, when his Tyranitar came out, I'm talking about Gary's, by the way. When Gary's Tyranitar came out, I'm like, whoa! Oh my god, I'm gonna get fucked. I am going to get destroyed. But luckily, we were able to pull through. And my Pokemon were pretty high level too. They were in mid-70s. So it was a good match. Then when Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, that being the Gen 2 remakes, which happened around 4th generation, can't really say that I had any different experiences in particular, other than the fact that the Pokemon were following you, which I think was pretty fucking awesome. And Game Freak, you need to do that shit again! You do. You do. Listen to your fans. And then, finding Suicune, on the, I can't remember the route name or the route number, but it's past the Nugget Bridge, and the same music, that you would hear in the first generation of the Nugget Bridge, that was modified, obviously. I'm like, this hits home. This hits home. And seeing Suicune just staring you down, right by the water, I'm like, all that was so perfect. It encapsulated that moment was so perfect. And then caught Suicune. Woo! That was it. But you know what? That's pretty much all I gotta say for my oh my god, I spent over 30 minutes rambling and ranting to you guys. I do apologize for that, but to pretty much put everything in a nutshell for each generation, that was pretty hard to do. But anyways, we got 7th generation coming. That means more memories, more fun, more friends, more Pokemon, more everything! Woo! So with that being said, I'm going to end things off right here. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please feel free to slap on a like! And also, if you like the fact that Mew made another epic appearance, that's another reason to give this a like. And besides, Mew is pretty much one of the biggest reasons why first generation became as popular as it did. I mean, sure, you had your Pikachus and your starters and all that stuff, but when you had the mysterious Mew, and you had no way of getting it in-game other than an event, that's what made Pokemon that much more mysterious. And I mean, come on, Mew is all cute and stuff like that, too. And it's pretty much one of the few Pokemon that embodies first generation, and actually embodies Pokemon, like, as a whole. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say. So be sure to rate, comment, share this video, share this channel, and subscribe to make a crash from the community, because you already know the deal by now, my friends. We were community tightly packed and tightly knit as one. Oh, baby, we shine brighter than the sun and the moon. So thanks for watching. I love all of you guys. I love Pokemon. I love life. And I'll see you guys next episode.